Okay, hello everybody. If you're looking to go hiking and you're making a lunch box for the hike, and you're maybe on the trail and you don't have opportunities of shopping in the area, this might be something for you. This is a $4 lunchbox that weighs a little over 300 grams and contains almost close to 1,000 kilocalories. And it's all very easy to get in the supermarket and, easy to put together. Okay, so let's go over the food groups and their calories. As you can see on the left side, I have blueberries. I'm out of blueberries, by the way. And a banana. So they are all in the 70, 80, 90 kilocalories per 100 grams. And, they are lower in calories than other products I'm going to show you, but they are rich in vitamins and minerals, etc. So, whenever is possible, you should always try to get some fresh fruit or vegetables in your diet for the fibers and the minerals. A good example is a carrot. It is pretty low in calories, but it can stay pretty well for a long time. Actually, you can bring this in your bag for a few days at least, and eat from that. All right, so we move on, and then we get to the cooked rice. Now, rice is low in calories, as you can see, 120 kilocalories per 100 grams. So any meal with rice will not add much to your calorie count. We move up to the dry meat, and dry meat, of course, comes in these sausages or these pre-packed salami kind of sausages. Well, they are very practical to bring. Meat like this stays well for a long time. You can actually bring it in your bag and just cut a piece off every time. And it'll easily last you a week, of course, unless you're in the tropics and it's really hot and stuff like that. Another thing that is in the same category is raisins. And raisins, of course, are also nutritional, have nutritional value as well. They contain potassium, calcium, iron, and all those kinds of minerals. They're basically dried fruit, concentrated. So, very well calorie-rich food, and of course they come in little boxes as well, and they have a fixed amount of calories, so you can count it easily. I'll give you those numbers later when we get into the lunch pack itself. I also included ham and bacon. Now, ham has a little less calories, and bacon obviously a little bit more, because it is basically somewhat dried and it is baked in oil usually, and that adds a lot of calories per weight. Then we move on in calories. We get to the wheat and barley kind of stuff. This is oatmeal, by the way. That is what they put in most of those bars. I'll get to that later. But that is well over 300 kilocalories. So you get into a pretty decent calorie count here. These are usually also your breakfast. And if you add milk powder, you make the water taste a little bit better. And that is a decent meal. And of course, if you, just for comparison, if you make a double sandwich with cheese and butter from whole grain bread, you're around 350 kilograms. Of course, if you use mayonnaise instead of butter, etc. But a sandwich is about this much count. And I also wanted to add honey here. You can get those in small packages nowadays as well. And of course, if you put that in your tea instead of sugar, you also get a lot of minerals and vitamins as well. I think honey is rich in vitamin B, for instance, and it also has potassium, iron, and all that stuff in it, I believe. Well, you have to look that up, but it's a lot healthier than just taking sugar. Yeah, and it has about the same amount of calories actually, because sugar is right here with 400. So what do we have? Cheese, an often seen snack on the trail. Yeah, it packs a lot of calories, 400, so you're getting up in that high numbers now. And cheese, of course, is also, especially if you take old cheese, this is Old Amsterdam, by the way, and you can just take off pieces, leave it in the plastic, and it will last you around a week as well. And then you have, of course, your sugar. Well, you can bring cubes or just loose sugar, add it to your tea or whatever you make to get those extra calories. But it's a lot easier to bring chocolate, especially dark chocolate. Look at the calorie count there, 540 kilocalories per 100 grams. And that is a lot. So if you eat chocolate, you'll gain a lot of energy and a lot of fat, but not so much nutrients, of course. So you have to complement that with something else. Now, a good option, I just wanted to name that, is for instance, chocolate raisins. I mean, you get the best of the raisins and you get the energy of the chocolate, and now it is in one package. So that could be a nice solution to the energy food supplement problem. And when we go up, of course, we get to the nuts. And the nuts differ a little bit. There are some nuts with higher counts of energy. Almonds, for instance, I believe they go all the way up to almost 700. But they are all around that 600 and a little up in kilocalories, all right? So nuts, and this is just a nut mix. And again, you get these also with raisins in them. And then you combine the best of both because you have high calorie count, but also the vitamins and the minerals. And last but not least is a bottle of olive oil, because look at the oils. And this goes for most oils. So palm oil or whatever oil, walnut oil, linseed oil, I don't know. All these oils, they are easily 800 kilocalories per 100 grams. So you can imagine if you bake an egg and you put it in oil, your calorie count just shoots up. All right, so this is just an example of the stuff you can put in your lunchbox. And obviously this is all available in the supermarket. And that is how I, made my lunchbox. Okay, so let's go to that lunchbox now. So let's just go over this pack. Of course, we have a zip bag here from IKEA. Very handy. I don't know, they come in different sizes, but this one, well, I don't know, it's about the size of my hand. So yeah, so you got an idea. And it just packs enough space for a lunch bag, and it's recyclable. Very nice. So here I have my noodles, and I taped dried beef to that. So that whole package, let me have a look, is around 45 kilocalories for the noodles, and that is because it includes oil. There is a little bag of oil in there, and that is for flavor, but that is also the thing that contains the calories. So the noodles itself are very low on calories, so you have to see it as you're drinking like tea, something like that, and you add some noodles to give it a little bit of a bite, and you add the beef to give it the calories. The beef itself, in this case, is around 190 kilocalories. So you can imagine if you would bring a bigger piece of dried meat, maybe twice the size, you gain a lot of calories, almost 200 in one go. Yeah, so that is a very easy adjustment to make. Then I have my raisins. And again, this one is just raisins. You can use chocolate raisins and again add to the calories. Now, why I only need around 700 to 800 calories is because I'm hiking a moderate hike for 5 days. There's not a lot of really heavy climbing involved. And I need to come to around 2,500 to 3,000 kilocalories. And I have options to buy groceries during the trip in the huts on the way. Yeah, so I know I can restuff my meals. Here we have the bar. This is from Natural Valley, and this is the one with chocolate. And again, chocolate is of course very rich in calories. So this is oatmeal with chocolate pieces and probably some sugar and stuff added. So a lot of calories there. The bar is, I believe, around 199 kilocalories. I just read. So let's say 200. So doubling the bars is again adding 200 kilocalories to the mix, which is quite awesome. Then we have 50 grams of mixed nuts. Now they of course contain a lot of calories. So you can of course add another bag, making it 100 grams. You know, that is about 270 kilograms as is. And then we get to the, well, luxury things, somewhat. We have powdered chocolate milk. I think it's about 70 kilocalories. Yeah, it has a little bit of sugar, but mainly flavor. Of course, you can either replace it or add a bar of coffee powder if that is your fancy. A bag of candy, basically sugars, but also for the flavor, of course. And a tea bag doesn't weigh much, but it adds a little bit of flavor to the water. And of course, I don't eat this all at once during lunch. I'll eat something, probably the noodles, and I'll probably eat some nuts, and maybe I drink an extra cup of tea to keep my water levels up, and the rest I just eat along the way towards dinner. A few things I like to mention. These things, you might know these. These are sesame seeds in caramel or in whatever, in some sugary stuff. These things pack a lot of calories. I think one whole pack, it takes 4. Well, it's a lot. It's in the hundreds. Yeah, so it's really energy full. Sesame seeds are like nuts. They are not nuts. They are seeds, but they are nutty, and they contain a lot of potassium, calcium, and blah blah blah. So a healthy solution. I would compare this a little bit to the chocolate raisins. Yeah, you have the benefit of the natural product, in this case the sesame seeds, and the benefits of the calories of the sugar, but these things are sticky like hell, so I always keep, you know, poking between my teeth all the time to get all that out, and it annoys the crap out of me, so I kind of steer away from these. And I would suggest you always bring 2 bottles of water, one just plain water for cooking and stuff, and one you add a mineral tablet to add your replenish your electrolytes. Most hikers, actually, I read somewhere in some sort of hiking book, they get sort of like muscle pain and stuff after a few days, and it's usually because of lack of electrolytes and not necessarily the exercise that is kind of like breaking them down. Yeah, so replenish your electrolytes. 1 bottle with 1 tablet is for 1 liter, I believe. You can just buy these at any drugstore. They come in tubes, and they are just called multivitamins or something. Just read it, and they contain everything you need from A to Z, you know, in minerals and stuff, and vitamins. So a really nice addition to keep your energy levels and your overall health up to speed, sort of. I hope this video helped you out to maybe start or maybe expand your lunch box that you use while hiking. Remember, always keep a balance between calories and minerals. So whenever you can get fresh food, I would say use it, because you might not get another chance quickly when you're hiking. You know, you can add to it, you can leave out what you like. For instance, if you're a really vegetarian, I'm flexitarian, so I don't steer away from meat per se, but I eat very little meat. But you know, I incorporated some meat in this because it is quite calorie rich and flavor food that helps you along. The last thing you want is to have not enough food on the trail. So that's why I incorporated meat, but you might dislike or like other stuff, but you know, work with it and adjust it accordingly and try to find out what you like. But I think this is a good starting point. I'll be using these in Norway this summer, and I already know that they work, of course, because I know a lot of these products already. But alright, so I hope you enjoyed it and it helps you out, and thanks for watching. See you next time, and the specs are behind this, and you can take from that maybe some extra information that you need. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye.